And we are back. It's been a little while, but welcome all of our returning and our new viewers to the Thieves Den. We hope you are as glad to be here as we are glad to have you here. We've got another good show for you tonight, and I think we'll just kick it off, get around the horn, and introduce all of the wonderful people who we have ready to talk to you about gaming on Honor Among Thieves. So I'm going to kick it off. I am Hayden. I will be our judge tonight. I am one of the newer official members to the Gaming Honors team, but I have been around the block quite a few times in the gaming sphere and have a lot of experience with Gaming Honors, helping out with all kinds of booth-related activities at the conventions. I have served many different magical roles, have also been on this stream for a very long time, showing everybody how both the arcane and divine magics can spectacularly blow up in your face and contort you in every way imaginable, both at a spiritual and physical level, which I'm sure many of you are used to enjoying on a regular basis. And have long before then been a friend of Gaming Honors and an excited playtester who continues to love to see all the amazing things that everybody here is able to bring to life. So I will pass it on down the list. Dad, do you want to kick it off next?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm Dad. I'm Lance. Is the original Hodge guinea pig in the Gaming Honors extravaganza. So, yeah, Martin and all the rest of the Gaming Honors folks and I have been gaming together for like 20 years. I do some illustration. I love to run games. I'm a road reaver for Goodman, doing DCC, MCC, and all the fun stuff. And at Gen Con and a few of the other conventions and online, I run our games whenever I can. And my alter ego, though, for this wonderful show is that I play a now eighth level, seventh level, play a warrior named Bruce. Battle turtle. What did we decide he was? He's like a death dealing battle turtle. So full plate mail armor, likes to use a big mace to club people, carries a shield, and that's what I'll be doing later on this evening.
I like that he really embodies the turtle part of that with all the times that he's been stuck on the ground in his rusted up armor, unable to roll over onto the other side.
It's like the old, Life Alert commercial. I've fallen and I can't get up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course not.
All right. Martin, do you want to introduce yourself next?
Not really, because I'm really nervous. You start off by talking about what a great show we have, and that just, you've set the bar already way too high, because in the chat, they're already setting bets on how long my camera lasts. So I'll get my introduction done like this.
Hey, we leave them guessing.
Hey everybody, I'm Martin. I am the lead writer for Gaming Honors. I've written several of our projects. I handle a lot of our, not all, but a lot of our social media. So if you see silly things like the This Is the Way song on our Facebook page, that was me. And I also love to run games at conventions for Goodman. We'll be running 4 games at Gen Con. And yeah, just really, and also a regular here on Honor Among Thieves. That's it. That's my story.
Andrea, let's see if you can also get in your introduction while the camera is still
on. Good. All right, I'll go quick. So I'm Andrea, and I am gamer adjacent, very literally and figuratively. And I am the CEO. And most recently, I have been in the middle of shipping something that I'll talk about in a little bit.
That's right. You're kind of CEO/shipping.
Yes,
head of shipping.
Yes, exactly.
Warehouse director.
Supply chain manager.
Supply chain manager.
CEO, COO, CFO. How many other COs are there?
See ya later.
See you later. Very nice.
All right. And then last but not least, Kate, how are you doing?
I like that you laughed when you said the not least part. So I'm Kate, everyone, and I'm so happy to be back after our little hiatus for the holiday. And so I am a fan of Gaming Honors and also a friend and also a sibling of someone in this room. And I finally started playing role-playing games this past year. So I'm new and I'm loving it. And tonight my alter ego is Headlock, the warrior, locksmith turned warrior. And did you have something to add?
I just forgot that you mentioned that, so I didn't introduce my alter ego, which is of course Hack, also a 7th level warrior, who actually, as a failed rutabega farmer, has made it his life's quest to champion root vegetables, and has been lucky enough to recruit Headlock and Bruise and others to my cause. So thank you, Kate. I forgot that part.
Yes. So yes, we're ready. We'll be ready to fight a little bit later.
Just so everyone knows that I actually have the chat open for once. Someone's still loving your hair, Kate. Just Stitch is loving your hair, keeping it so bright.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's not natural. It's way it's way more fun than my normal blonde hair. So I will keep it going as long as I can.
I just feel obligated to make the most stupid random comments all night just looking at the chat. I'm going to look over and be like,
you can feel free to
now Keith the Gamer
type
Geek
into the
has
chat.
this to say.
Chat
as
translator Lance. Oh goodness. Yeah, I appreciate though you bringing up Hack's beautiful backstory, Martin. I think it's always really exciting for our new viewers to find that our passion for thievery is matched by our passion for rutabagas.
Yeah, that's what really makes this show special. Yep.
Helps us grow our audience, you know.
This isn't just your everyday radish program.
Oh, I heard that.
Took a minute. Don't worry,
Yep.
everybody. It'll only get worse.
It's been sprouting up. No doubt this spring will.
Yep. I'm just planting the seed of the jokes that are to come.
Oh boy.
I can't wait till I can watch this on YouTuber.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, now that we've gotten introductions out of the way, we want to move on to our first actual segment. So then what happened before we have a chance to make more jokes? All right. So let's start off by talking a little bit about some of the things that have been coming through the Gaming Honors project pipeline lately. Andrea, I know you mentioned we got some updates.
Yes. I'm very, very grateful, very, very excited because you, Gaming Honors fans, you made it happen once again. You funded our all Chimeras, great and small,
Yay.
Kickstarter in less than 9 hours. Woo!
Yeah.
You
And
are
you
really, really
said it
amazing.
right. Never even said it right. See, even the gamer adjacent people can say it correctly.
Yeah, well, I can speak English, so
That's what I say. The
Well,
rest of
let's
these guys
not
apparently
say
don't know
now.
how.
We have a bit of a disagreement to resolve about all that. Not
Hey.
about speaking English, but about the proper pronunciation of chimera. Not your English is fine.
it's fine. That's okay.
It's fine.
Yes, and your chimera was spot on as well. So
Why, thank you. Yeah, so Kickstarter is still going on. We got another 14 days or so.
Yeah,
on
I think so.
Kickstarter. So tell your friends. Options for both DCC, our favorite, and the other system, 5E.
And the other one.
And so tell your friends, share it on the Facebook and all of that social media stuff.
amaze
you
your
called it the
friends.
Facebook.
I did call it the Facebook, yes, because I'm hip.
Mayor herself, I think, has a thought about your next segment or your thing, Kate. In the chat, you want to read that?
Yes,
Lance?
she
You
does.
see that in the chat?
Yes.
Take a look,
Yes.
Lance.
Chimera.
Chime me? You're gonna talk about that? You got a chime me on your fireplace?
Martin, do we Do we still have an opportunity to retcon that into the module?
It's possible. Yes, we do. We are not at text lock. There are so many puns that we can still get in the module. Yes, it's still open.
I
So I can
respect
see,
your
like,
very
I can
You're
see
very tasteful
Gandalf
use of the word
knocking at the
possible.
gates of Durin, trying to get the riddle, and someone says, Chimera? And then the doors open.
Oh, wow.
There's actually there's that early edition of the book where he says, "Speak Friend and enter," and he just can never get in. Friend.
That's my
Wow.
friend.
Now, I have been led to understand that we have been gathering together a little bit of materials around the pronunciation of that word we were just talking about. Is that right? And there's been
That is
discussion
correct.
about presenting that tonight.
Yes. So the Kickstarter was all going on this week. It was so exciting, and I'm a backer, and it's always so exciting to see every time a new stretch goal gets locked and unlocked and everything. But then Barton had mentioned on the Kickstarter page that there had been a little discussion and maybe a Chimera cut of them discussing how to pronounce it before making it. So anyway, so that made me think, well, maybe we should do a little bit of a deep dive into how you actually do pronounce Chimera or Chimera or Chimera. And so I put together a little helpful video on how to pronounce it. So enjoy.
So let's just get this cleared up. Think Chicago, Chimera. Or think Chimera. Or you could think chaos, Chimera.
Drumroll. Chimera.
Chimera.
Chimera. Chimera.
Chimera.
Chimera.
Chimera.
Chimichanga.
Chimera.
Chimera. Chimera.
And that's how you pronounce Chimera, Chimera.
All right. Hope you all enjoyed that. Kate, thank you for the pronunciation guide. Please let the debates in the chat room begin and endure for the entire rest of the stream and beyond.
It'll
I'm
give
sure that-
Lance something to do.
I love
Let the disagreements ensue.
Keith's comment. Well, that cleared it up.
There is rutabaga juice.
I know, and there's a lot of regionalisms in there actually, because we're going, I think the farthest west is Oregon and we got out to New York. So, maybe that exchanges for, that accounts for some of the differences.
That's coast to coast?
It is. That's a coast to coast guide.
Chimera?
Coast to coast Chimera. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, and the unknown is one of the most fascinating things. Think about all the different pronunciations we didn't even capture in the video. There's a lot out there.
Oh, so many.
I wrote on the chat, it was Sky 2 was talking about pronunciations, and I said, yes, we take it very seriously. Something diphthong. It's like all I could remember about linguistics. It's the diphthong. Chimera.
You know what I remember about linguistics is chicks and Mikai. Or chicks and
That's
Mikai.
pretty good.
That's what I remember. How do you pronounce that one? Is it like chimera? It should be kites and Mihai, potentially.
Watching that word be spelled out is one of the core memories I now have in my life for how shocked I was.
If you're all wondering what we're talking about, it was Andrea led us on a corporate retreat and
In our basement.
In our basement, and she had us thinking about Csikszentmihalyi's theory of flow and how to get into flow.
Mhm.
And it's pronounced Csikszentmihalyi, but it's spelled like Csikszentmihalyi. So there you go.
That was pretty good phonetics. I like it.
It's actually
Yeah.
spelled Chimera, but it's pronounced Chimera.
Everybody in the video said it totally wrong.
They are musicians, so it's possible.
And we are so appreciative and excited about how much excitement there's been for this module, how quickly it funded. So we figured, why stop at one video when we could make multiple videos? So, Lance, do you want to talk about the other media project that we have behind this newest Kickstarter?
Is this the one where Thad and Martin showed up unannounced when I was playing with my figures at the pond?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
People often make fun of me because I used to like play with Star Wars figures a whole lot in the 76, 77, 78. I was all Star Wars figures. And then when Dungeons and Dragons came along and these little lead figures were coming out, number one, I like to lick lead figures because amazing psychological effects. But besides that, it was like graduating to be more adult than playing with Star Wars figures. So the other day I was down at the pond playing with my minis from Warhammer, Dungeons and Dragons, and every other game I play. And Thad and Martin snuck up on me and decided we were going to do a, what do we call it? A simulation, miniature simulation. So yes, there's our miniature simulation of one of the exciting parts of the adventure of all chimeras, great and small.
Everybody, we made the Kickstarter. We're so
Day
excited.
one.
And we thought, if you could come along for the adventure, the least we could do is come out here and participate in where the adventure began. Lance, tell us where we are. What are we looking at?
This is the pond.
The pond.
The pond. This is where the frogs and the critters and the crayfish and the dragonflies
And the carp and the ducks.
and the carp and the ducks and the everything.
turtles and the...
They're all here. It's
And-
beautiful.
And so what you're saying is, what this is a vast killing field.
It's an
This-
ocean of death.
This is where player characters go to meet their demise.
Correct.
In all chimeras, great and small.
Or to become heroes.
It's true.
That is a possibility too. Fair enough.
Not for my group.
They-
But,
Or to become fish or turtle food.
okay.
Definitely fish food.
Fish
And
food.
speaking of fish food, we have a treat that we've planned for tonight.
Yes, instead of play testing, we're going to actually do a physical demonstration.
This may be the first ever live simulation of an RPG.
So you're telling me there's a scene from the module, All Chimeras Great and Small, that we're going to replicate right here at the pond.
Physical simulation.
Yes, at scale, at actual size.
Are you
Shall we
guys
do it?
ready?
Let's
Are you
do it.
ready?
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
So the adventurers at this point have made it to the pond, but to their shock, they find themselves shrunken to the size of...
A 25mm miniature.
Incredible how that works.
Incredible.
But they have to get across the pond.
What could they use?
A-
A sycamore leaf?
Well, let's see. Let's find out.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness. Which way's the wind blowing? The whole party.
Look at that. Now, there are a lot of fish in this pond, aren't there?
There are a lot of fish in the pond.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
And they're...
they're still okay.
Look at that.
I hope they can
Oh,
swim.
no! Look out! Oh! Imagine that's you. And that is the experience.
Our wizard's swimming for it.
That is the experience of all chimeras, great and small. Thank you so much for backing the project. We're going to have a lot of fun this campaign. Thank you.
Thank you. How are we supposed to get there? Hey, wait a minute, don't get too close.
Lance, it's like you're 10 years old again.
Yeah, this is not
Pretty
playing,
much.
this is not playing with toys. This is simulation.
This is miniature simulation.
Ugh! That's terrifying. I couldn't stand the anticipation, seeing if they'd make it off that leaf.
So they may never leave.
Wow.
That was good.
Multiple leaf puns back to back. You and Dice Station Zebra are just bouncing off of each other.
Mayor thought it was a treat.
Oh.
Keep them coming, everybody. Keep them coming.
This is the kind of viewer engagement that just really warms our hearts, everybody. We love it.
Yeah.
Well, my full-time job actually, so I don't want people getting the wrong idea that I just play with miniature figures at the pond all day. I work for NASA and I send little plastic spacemen up in those rockets that you start with a car battery. I do a lot of simulations. So it's very important work I do. I'm just saying.
Works wonders for the NASA social media marketing.
It does indeed.
So they pull in the funding. All right. Well, again, everybody, thank you for all the passion behind All Chimeras Great and Small so quickly, and we're excited to continue to see it get more and more support as this Kickstarter endures. We really appreciate all of it. Okay. Moving off of that a little bit, I think we also wanted to talk about what's actually been going on in the gaming space lately for us specifically. So I'll kick it off. We recently, last weekend, finally had some more follow-up on the Shadow Dark adventure that our gaming group has been doing, that our good friend Rob has been running. What an interesting session. For those of you who haven't heard us talk about Shadow Dark before, it's a new system that had a big Kickstarter. Light is a very important element of it. So we started off panicking about how many light sources we had. Luckily, with a couple of our players coming back, we were able to scrounge together a couple of torches to endure the session without our characters getting lost in the dark of the caves for all eternity. We ended up going in back to this cavern that we had already explored after we killed these monsters who had been threatening a cultish group of halflings who worship the chaos god. And we also got some rewards for killing these monsters from catfish people who lived in a subterranean pool. Once we wrapped all of that up, we traveled back through a magical interdimensional portal to this kind of city that is a conflux of existing between all kinds of different temporal rifts. It's called Arcadia. We paid off a bunch of taxes that you have to pay when you bring adventuring goods back into the city from
fantasy.
Yeah, the
wherever
fantasy
these
is off
rifts
the
lead
charts.
to.
We have an accountant and yeah.
Yes, we had to pay a great many fees, and we basically realized that after a couple sessions of straight dungeon delving, we were not making money fast enough. And so we spent a week of downtime trying to make connections, and at this point our group is considering buying up a bunch of contracts because there's all kinds of weird legal ramifications in this crazy city of how adventurers are allowed to adventure. There's a lot of economics in here. It's
Andrea's loving the gamer adjacent quality that she brings because
she's
Well, actually, so I want to bring up a metagaming point, 2 points. Number one, from a metagaming perspective, I had to miss a couple of weeks because I was out of town. So my little goblin rogue Sugar was one of the people that was captured, but everybody was captured or killed. And then lo and behold, when I found out, when I missed the next session, like, what happened? Like, oh, sorry, you drew the short straw and Sugar was sacrificed. So number one, I'm thinking, wait a minute. Was it just because I wasn't there? And I guess if it was, then I deserved it. But I am coming back with my new character. I know that the economic peril these guys are in, so I am coming back as a timeshare salesman in the city. I have a great investment opportunity for them if they need to make more funds.
Hey, perfect. Our crawfish benefactor who runs that library is gonna love working with you. And
I'm going to come back as a dung beetle. I'm going to be a dung beetle timeshare salesman.
Yeah, and we don't. I mean, I guess
Kind.
Is there any other kind? Right. It's the only kind there is.
In Arcadia, who's to say? I guess the only unknown from the session is whether or not Martin decided to try to smuggle his goods back into the city without paying his taxes, since he wasn't actually there at the session to tell us. So we'll figure that out next time.
Yeah, I think I decided not to because I found out they are very rigorous in their searching as you come back. So Nix is not about that.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah,
it's
The whole full body cavity search is
yeah,
not.
I'm just
Not a fan.
gonna. I mean, these are rubies, so no, thank you. I will just declare it. I will
Yeah.
declare it at customs. Maybe at the duty-free shop. We'll.
Does that fit with your character though? What's the alignment?
Oh, nice.
Wow,
Nice.
Kate.
Great.
Yeah.
Less than
Gamer
a
talk.
year, and she goes all rule lawyer on me. I'm a
Oh,
rule lawyer.
want to make sure you're playing your character to the proper motivations, Martin.
That's right. Some characters would just try it anyway.
Yep. Well, looking forward to hopefully having more of the group there next time. Rob's tax accountant duties import guy Walla Walla Weesnaws at us, or whatever that Arcadian language that he speaks is. Anyway, tax gaming aside, Martin, what's been going on in your gaming sphere?
Yeah, so longtime viewers may notice that I'm sporting a new item of apparel. So the Role Seekers is a live play group here in Northwest Indiana. And I've been invited to be on the show several times as they've kind of progressed this really high level campaign. And so I play my favorite bard, Haragrin the Amazing. And last week they're having one of their epic, they're almost to the end. They've had almost 50 episodes. They're winding down this 3-year campaign, and they presented me with this shirt. And on the back, Andrea, can you read what it says on the back?
It says, Peregrine the Amazing. I'm a sucker for a pretty face. What's your story?
And how do you pronounce my character's name, please?
No.
Peregrine. Thank you.
It's Chimera.
Haragrin.
Haragrin.
Haragrin. That sounds like a medication.
All right, so Murph herself just had, I think, the best pun ever in the entirety of the show because it's not obvious. So instead of cry me a river, she said Chimera River. That takes a lot of mental gymnastics to get to, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, and I want to make a couple of things here. So yeah, Dice Station Zebra. So they were streaming not just on Twitch but also on TikTok, and at times on TikTok they had over 200,000 people watching, and a lot of those people jumped from TikTok to Twitch. So yeah, we really had a lot of people watching, which was super fun. And then I will say I had a proud moment because one of my fellow party members was dominated by a wizard who then teleported. And so my bard whipped out Disguise Self and sang, "Who can it be now?" and disguised himself as the evil wizard and commanded our dominated friend to fight the bad guy. So I felt good about that. It was
good.
It was
so dramatic. And like, I think everyone at the table was just like dumbstruck because it was so crafty. Because he was like, after he got taken over, then everyone's like, oh man, we're screwed. And then you pulled out the "Who can it be now?" and saved it.
If Hargren if he ever summons a demon, I want to hear. So you come from a land down under.
I probably will because men at work always work.
That's right.
There you go. So yeah, that was what was going on with me. And yeah, thanks. I know Dice Station Zebra was there, Mayor for Self, and you were there, and you were there. So thanks. I don't know if I think I'm on the next show, maybe, which will be in a week or two. So if you're looking for fun on a Tuesday evening, the Role Seekers are really fun.
Gets him out of the house.
And it's getting really exciting.
We get applause for that.
Andrea. Everyone clap with Andrea.
Wow. I think I'm gonna put on the podcast voice. And tonight on Gaming Families, we will explore. Okay. So yeah, let's move on then.
Yeah, and Man, our audience has a lot of game tonight on the pun side. I mean, infrared
always do.
chimera grin, really laying into it. So yeah. So that's what they got, but let's look at what we got. I hear that there is at least one person here who's got some cool new merch to show off.
Yeah,
Their
so
personal merch, not Gaming Hunters merch.
did I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a couple things actually. So first, from Treasures from the Great Purge. I know, and in fact, Kate saw this when I actually managed to recover this by winning an auction. I always had one of the early monster manuals, and I can't find it. Like, I have looked everywhere in all of the books I have. I know. And what do you know? I found online this like beautiful copy of the monster manual, along with this beautiful Fiend Folio. It doesn't have, I know what you're thinking, it doesn't have Lovecraft, but it does have Lankmar, so I was really happy with that. So that was my big thing. And then our friend Rob, who is a wood maker, or a wood artisan, made this beautiful Gaming Honors dice box for me, which was really cool. And
That's lovely.
Isn't it? Before I turn over the mic, though, I have to appeal to the viewers, because when I was lucky enough to win those 2 boxes, I worked hard for that. Andrea does not see why I need a Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull. So I backed off of one auction to get the Castle Grayskull, but there's another one up. And I tell you, I have seen people use the Castle Grayskull as a DM screen, and every time I've seen that, I've thought, that ought to be me. So please, please just in the chat, if you could tell her why it's important that I have a Castle Grayskull, help me.
Did you lose?
You can't.
Did you ever have one?
I did.
Okay, that is a purged item, because I thought I could remember a
I had
Castle Grayskull.
I had a fairly substantial Masters of the Universe collection, because when I looked at He-Man, I really saw myself.
Blonde,
Martin, every time I
steroids.
see you,
Yeah,
I think
makes
of
sense.
He-Man too.
Exactly.
Yeah. And not that
Andrea, when Skeletor moves in 3 houses down from you on the block toward the cul-de-sac with nowhere else to go, you're going to want Castle Grayskull in your basement. I'm just saying.
Right.
Well, you are convincing, Lance.
So that's my treasure search and what I found.
Indiana's just about to pass the new Stand Your Castle Grayskull law. Which means as long as you're in Castle Grayskull, no one
I
can
can
mess with
draw
you on
the
your
sword.
own property. Right.
Martin, was that a Gith Yankee or a Githzerai on the cover of that monster manual?
Well, that's on the Fiend Folio, and
Oh, the
is
Fiend
That's a Gith
Folio.
Yankee, yes.
the Gith Yankee on the Fiend Folio.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
classic art. Love it.
What is it called?
awesome. A Gith Yankee.
A Gith Yankee.
Yeah,
Looks
so
like a baseball player.
the Gith Yankees, they
Yankees,
rode to
right?
town. Yeah, riding on a pony.
Are you sure you're pronouncing that correctly?
No,
Put the astroplane in their hat.
Dandy.
I think
I think our next spin-off
it's-
will have to be just pronouncing.
it's Jith Yankee.
Oh, let's not start this again. The JH
Yankee.
is silent. It's Yankee.
The new orc Gith Yankees.
That's right, Keith.
Ugh.
Did you get something?
I did. I got boxes of something.
Oh, look at that.
Diapers and babies. Woo!
That's an angry baby idol right there.
So thank you. This was another absolutely amazing Kickstarter project. Thank you. Thank you all for backing. It is here, and I started getting it out in the mail, and then I ran out of envelopes. So I got more envelopes, and the rest are going to go in the mail. That's being
This
a
is
CEO.
a great story.
That's being a CEO.
Kate, this is why she's CEO, because you need someone at the top of the
Problem solving.
company that can solve the tough problems like I'm out of envelopes. What are we going to do about it? I'm going to go get some more envelopes.
But I'm
So
looking forward to getting mine, Andrea. So thank you for doing that work.
Yes, you are welcome. You are welcome. Did anybody in the chat get theirs yet? No, but actually, don't answer that.
Yeah, don't answer that. No.
Never mind.
Yeah, nice. No, where's mine? Troll.
Your Kickstarters are terrible. You never get stuff out when I want it.
It's actually very exciting to back your Kickstarters because every time I actually get the thing, knock on this glass table, but that has not always been the case for me. So, okay.
Oh, you know, that's funny. We could do a whole show one time on getting burned. I've never been burned on eBay, but I got burned pretty bad on Etsy once. So we could do that sometime. Like, have you ever been burned?
Let's talk to our lawyers first, but yeah.
You know how I'm always so concerned about all the legal ramifications of everything I say on Twitch.
I'm married to the CEO. Yes, and our producer just said you should be.
Yes, yeah.
Oh man,
Poor Elena can't work that mute button fast enough.
I'm trying to behave, I swear.
You want to really see the dark side of Kickstarter fulfillment? Look at massively multiplayer online game Kickstarters.
Yeah.
The ultimate money sink. There are hundreds of videos on that all over YouTube.
Well, when we decided to do Kickstarters and sort of start the gaming company, I remember having a conversation where we said, you know, when people back us, let's send them the thing. You know, it was a tough argument, but we took a vote.
The bylaws.
Yeah, we took a vote and we said, you know, when people back something, we should return that favor.
Well, yeah, but I was on the other. I mean, I was trying to explain the point that if we don't ever send the product out, that it doesn't cost us anything. Then you just keep the money. You know, you could do it either way.
You know what it costs us?
What's your alignment?
Yeah, what's your alignment?
I'm neutral. I'm chaotic neutral in 5e.
Yeah. I knew the chaotic part for sure.
Okay, any other treasures from the Great Purge?
I got one real quick one I want to show.
Yeah.
So, Hayden, your sister bought me this miniature, bought a couple minis for me for Christmas just because, and I mean, I think you might have done some too, but Jacqueline.
Who cares about those?
Jacqueline saw this one and said, I am painting that. So yeah, my new wife has become addicted to figure painting and she's already as good as I am, which is kind of exciting and kind of disappointing because I've been painting for like 40 some years. But anyway, beautiful.
Yes, tell Jacqueline.
That's mine.
Awesome.
Yeah, way to go, Jacqueline.
Yeah, she's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She really, my sister gives him minis. I give him deadlifts.
That's right.
We show our love in different ways.
In 2 weeks, you will have your drawings. So you'll be, I've got a good start on my 2 responsibilities, and then we can talk about the map later.
All right, viewers, I hope you all clipped that so we can show it to him in 2 weeks.
It's got to be done before Canada. I know that.
Sure does.
That's our dope at work. Wait, is it dope?
Yep.
Something like that.
That's our dope at work.
Yep. Head
That's
company
director of
Product engagement, director of public engagement.
Oh, that
What
sounds
does-
like me. Dopey.
what was dope for Hayden? What was the
director
acronym?
of planning engagement.
Something.
I love that.
It's been a while.
Elena did clip Lance promising 2 weeks.
Well, I should be grump. Gregarious, ridiculous, unreliable, malcontent. Wow.
Person.
Tonight on our Gaming Honors
player.
Gaming Psychology podcast, we will be exploring the inner depths of Lance's psyche as he describes himself in really negative acronyms.
snap out of it. I think it was director of player engagement. Keith mentioned that. That sounds right to me.
Yeah, I think it was Keith who made the suggestion.
I
Yes.
think you're right. Thank you, Keith, for remembering our titles when we cannot.
And the pig,
For the record, I'm a procrastinator, not a failure. There's a difference.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Where's Joss with the ophthalmologist? Doesn't she have anything to add? Could she chime in on his psyche here?
Oh, geez.
I mean, I know it's ophthalmology, but something.
All right.
Getting like phrenology.
yeah.
Well,
Yes,
I
let's
think
go.
that I know what can give him a psyche boost is what I want to say, and maybe it is the opportunity to win another round of So You Think You're a Peasant.
Let's do
Who's
it.
ready?
So ready.
All right. For viewers who do not know this game, what we do is we take a roll on the beautiful random items table from Dungeon Crawl Classics. So anybody who wants to follow along on page 22, I am going to roll my lovely percentile dice, and then I will get an occupation from the table. There's a trade good tied to that occupation, and all of our contestants have to find that item or the closest facsimile they can, and then you are going to vote on who is the winner, and then I am going to use my discretion to decide if your votes are so insane that I cannot possibly let them pass.
Professional judgment.
Like democracy.
Exactly. It is entirely fair and unbiased in every way.
It's
It
like an
can't
electronic
fail.
voting machine. We all put the votes in, and then whatever Hayden wants ends up happening.
All right, before I let you keep going down that rabbit hole, I'm just going to roll. All right, cool. That is a 20, which I don't believe we've done before. You are all dwarven blacksmiths. Would you be able to bring me an ounce of mithril? 2 minutes. I'll see you soon.
Oh boy.
Do you know what mithril is, Andrea?
I know what mithril is.
Okay.
She's
I know.
probably seen Lord of the Rings. I can't wait for everybody to bring back their Frodo Baggins, Bilbo Baggins, mithril chainmail vests. That would be... Dang it! I'm giving the contestants ideas. I'm sure that either way, Martin would have come to that pretty quickly. Man, that guy's got some beady eyes. I don't know how I'd feel always just sitting downstairs having him staring over me constantly.
There's no mithril in here.
Well, what are you doing? What kind of self-respecting gamer lets themselves live with a mithril shortage? Disappointed. Very, very disappointed.
It's a tough one.
Yep. This is the fun. Sometimes you get something that everybody has, like a pound of herbs, and then everybody just runs into their kitchen. And then other times you have to just hope that one of your contestants is lucky enough to be a regular blacksmith who has all kinds of smithing materials in their home.
Usually it's only Kate that has a pound of herb in her kitchen.
Okay, well...
It was just 420.
It was indeed.
Yes, it was 3 days ago. No shortage of jokes about it.
How much time's on the clock?
I think you got about 20 seconds. You better hurry.
No, you're done. Give it up. You stink.
Martin!
He went upstairs. He's gone.
Oh, boy. All right.
Here he comes.
Here I come. Can I just use the Hobbit?
No.
You can do whatever you want. The viewers are going to vote.
No, I got something.
Okay.
That's a magnificent gift. Its worth was worth the whole of the Shire.
Spirit of
Yep.
Bilbo is with me.
Is it going to protect you, though? Protect you as much as that mithril chainmail vest did?
I hope so. We'll see what Kate's got.
Yes, we will. All right. Lance, why don't you kick us off? What do we got for the mithril?
I have what is left of 1 ounce of mithril that has already been wound into fine mithril mesh that's going to be woven. Actually, as soon as the show's over tonight, I was going to spend the rest of the evening before the work week kicks off, and I was going to do some weaving and make myself a vest out of this mithril. But this is mithril thread for making mail.
Impressive.
That's
Where'd
pretty
you get
good.
it?
I pulled it off this gigantic spool of mithril mail that I have on my desk that I use for other stuff.
Oh, nice. I don't know why you wouldn't show us that, but I won't hold it against you.
Well,
Kate,
because
what do you?
Because of plastic, and I was like, oh, they're never going to believe I wound mithril on plastic.
Oh,
Totally,
okay.
you're right.
All right. Hey, if you want to try to follow that.
Oh, Kate, man. You
What?
suck.
Where do you find this stuff? What on earth?
That is
It's really
clearly
remarkable that I
adamantine
just-
or whatever.
I just started playing the games this year, but it seemed like I was building up to it for my entire life. So this is a fine mithril belt. Not enough to protect, more of a adornment.
That
Is that part of
lovely.
your bikini? This part of your bikini mail, your mithril bikini mail.
That's about as good as it would do, yeah. And I believe I picked this up at ye old Renaissance fair that I used to work at.
Incredible, incredible. All right. Well, Andrea,
Feels inadequate
that.
right now.
what do
That's
you
all I'm saying.
what do you have?
You need to use your imagination.
Okay. That's what we do here. We're gamers.
This is
Is-
as good as it gets.
Is that a mithril snuggie?
Yes.
That looks mithril adjacent.
Oh, but I am warmer.
I bet you are.
Yeah, insulated mithril. Okay. Martin.
Yeah,
That's-
I would like to, before I present my item, Hayden, would you just read it again exactly what it is
Oh
we
my
needed?
goodness.
Give me the
You-
exact.
Oh,
Okay, we're doing this
here's
again.
the rules, lawyer.
Okay, mithril, 1 ounce.
1 ounce. A small amount of mithril. Of the silver mithril.
What is it?
It's
Can you-
mithril.
Paint.
Can you show
No,
us
it's
the
mithril.
Can you
It's
show us the
silver.
mithril label? Where's the
It is silver mithril, labeled Citadel's mithril. And
Does
I
it
think
actually say the word mithril on it?
No.
it says something like that.
Oh,
Space
Well,
Station Zebra
magne-
says that this is mithrilling.
magnesium, probably.
But it's definitely mithril colored. And I think that's about 1 ounce. How about those mithrilling? Oh my gosh, Space Station Zebra. Stop it,
I
Rob.
was hoping someone was gonna catch it.
All right. Yeah, really on point tonight. Here you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was stunning. Really, I don't know what other words I can use. Everybody, please. Oh yeah,
the
no, go.
The vote's open, but I just want to remind you before you get swept away by that beautiful belt. that
Mithril
Kate-
belt.
Ask yourself what color mithril is. Bilbo, what color is it? It's silver.
Yeah, quick, Kate, activate your grayscale camera mode. You could have. You
Oh
could
my
have tricked.
gosh, it's right now it's a sibling battle.
Oh goodness,
Oh,
man, the mithril spool and the mithril.
oh, but Andrea's
Oh,
pulling it. Oh,
mithril
no, even
snuggie's getting a
Max.
little bit.
Yeah,
All right, looks like we only have a handful of seconds left.
Oh,
See the
That's
rest of
what
those
mithril
vote
looks
come in.
like right there.
Mr.
come
Baggett.
on.
Here we go. All right, and as much as we love exciting pieces of mithril armor, I guess that the technicality is pulling out for tonight.
Now, Hayden,
Let's hear it for pedantics.
just remember, Hayden, the THAD principle.
The THAD principle.
The THAD principle that no matter what the audience says, you can overrule.
It feels like you have almost a vested interest.
By the way, this is
asking me to
tarnished. It
utilize
is silver.
No,
It lived on the East Coast for a while.
Martin had his little bottle of mithril adjacent colored. I don't know. I'll give it to him fair and square for tonight. Martin, congratulations. Tonight you are indeed the peasant. I have to honestly say that's about as much mithril as I think a peasant could afford.
Yeah. That was a tough one. That was
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot going on in the offering tonight from everybody. I appreciate it. Hopefully you all had a good time. Thanks for the votes, viewers. All right.
But Lance, enjoy when you get done weaving that thing using your thread. Be sure to bring it on the next show.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
When are you gonna have that done, Lance?
Right after I get the drawings done for the module. Next thing I'm working on is this.
Asterisk eventually.
Oh.
Oh boy. All right. So as much of an adventure as that was, we have an even bigger adventure to jump into now. Checking in with Hack, Bruise, and Headlock, the world's unluckiest adventurers.
Nice.
So is our party ready to get back into it?
Yeah, it's too long.
Yes.
Yes, it has been.
Go.
So we are marching ever onward down the roads of the wonderful farmlands. And as dawn starts to set in, the group of Headlock and Bruise and Hack see a little farmstead coming up over the horizon. And as you approach closer and closer and closer, there's a little dirt path that kind of trods off towards the farmstead. And there's a tiny sign there, Biddle Farmstead, listed on this sign. Looks of pretty modest make, and it is a pretty modest looking farmstead altogether. Just a tiny little shack, barn, and maybe a coop, a grain silo.
Green Acres is the place to be.
A little rundown, but it's here. And you know what? It's getting dark. You don't see anything for quite a while ahead. You feeling interested in checking it out at all?
Walk on by.
If I see a farmstead, I have to check on their vegetable situation. Bruise, Headlock, I say we go and introduce ourselves to these fine folk.
What the hell do you think we are, rutabeggars? We have money. We can just walk right by this farm.
Now, Hack, I thought that you might ask about the status of their plants, and I will say there's some farmland around here where you're noticing poor crop quality. I mean, there is rot that is easily viewable on large patches of the vegetable crop here. The soil doesn't look like it's tilled all that effectively. It's looking kind of dried. There are sections where it's obvious that insects and maybe some local animals have been chomping into some of the crop without much intervention from the farmers who are running this place. And I didn't even have you make a roll because it is so obvious that those issues are afoot, even to an untrained eye. This is poorly tended farmland.
Okay, yeah, I was going to make an intelligence check to see whether this was just forces of nature or just slovenly farming. But now they may need to feel the justice.
Yeah, and if you want to make a roll to still see if you can notice anything beyond the natural observation, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, that's a 3.
That's a 3. All
Yep.
right. Well, I already told you the obvious stuff that anybody could catch, so I will say in this situation, Hack and Headlock, or Bruise and Headlock pointed out everything before you had a chance to even say or think about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go see what's afoot in this
All right.
field.
In this field. Okay, so if you're journeying down the pathway, you do see what look to be a couple of candle lights behind the windows of the shack. No other real signs of activity in the coop or the barn or the silo from what you can hear. What do you want to check out?
So you said we see a sign by the side of the road,
Yes, the sign said Biddle Farmstead.
not Love Shack.
Unfortunately,
I
no.
thought if I saw a painted sign by the side of the road, that's what it had to
That's 15
be.
miles from here.
Hey, don't you remember what happened last time you tried mixing rutabagas and love?
I do. So yeah, there's a clear.
Did I miss that one?
You did. Yeah. So I will walk to the front door, and of course
There's
I
a
have
sign
my
on the
lucky...
door that's as big as a whale that says we're about to set sail.
Taking my battle axe, knocking on the door. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you.
All right. So for a second, there's nothing. And then footstep.
Matt,
Slow.
did you bring your jukebox money?
Dragging footsteps, and you hear a little bit of grumbling. And the door opens, and there's kind of a weary older man standing there. Can I help you?
Grump.
Got a deceptively like cool, inviting voice for how haggard he looks. Hello?
Is this your field?
Indeed, I am Ben Biddle. I am the patriarch of the Biddle farmstead. What brings you over to our lovely land tonight?
Ben Biddle, you have more than a little problem out here. This is no way to treat the vegetables, the noble crops. I'm getting Irish. The more I talk.
Maybe let
Yeah.
me tell you something right
So
now.
it would
This man
seem.
protects his veggies.
I am aware that our cropland lately has looked poorly tended. I apologize if this causes you to be upset, but it has been a very difficult season. I'm sure many of the villages have told you that yield from the crops has become worse. They rot more easily, and lately my son has also taken ill. My family has needed a lot more time to manage him, and we have less time to manage the farmland. Why do you come to rub this in our noses?
Yes, spare me your sob story, Biddle.
Well, you have asked.
Oh yeah. Tell me why the yield of your field is depleted.
I will.
Perhaps if you shed these tears out on the crops, they would be doing better than they are.
A classical adventurer, I hear a lowly peasant speak, and you do not listen.
What do they say in the villages? What is spreading this contagion or this plague on your field and your children?
There are rumors, voices on the wind of a dark force who seeks to undermine all of the farmers of this land, especially the rutabega farmers, of which we grow some. Have you not heard any of these tales? Have you not seen any of these places where their plants fall ill for no discernible reason?
No.
Well,
Don't tell me
here
it's
you
the
are
devil.
now. I tire of this conversation. Listen.
So does the audience.
Oh,
Everyone's
my
tired.
God.
Wow.
We don't need a peanut gallery. We get the criticism right here. Siskel and Ebert.
Goodness gracious.
She's
Listen.
She's encounter adjacent.
You all seem weary and as if where are you planning on going? I will make you a proposal. Maybe you stay here for a couple of days. We can tend to my son while you can help us spruce up the maintenance of the crops a little bit. In return, we can give you some food and a place to stay for a couple of nights, and then you can be on your way. Since you've
Yes,
decided
if your
to stop
son
by
gets-
and berate me.
If your son begins to suffer too greatly, I will put him out of his misery with my mate.
I am about to rescind the offer.
Pay no attention to my friend. We are indeed tired, and we would love to take you up on that offer.
Fine. Come in, please. So he ushers you in, rundown shack. There's only a couple candles up, as I said before. They're not in the kitchen, so he leads you through the dark to a guest room where you can all set up. After a couple of minutes, his wife, Betty, comes in to introduce herself and she tells you all quickly if there's anything you need tonight.
It's wait a minute. Wisdom checks. It's not just, is it just some random Betty? Or is it someone?
You can make your checks. Go ahead.
Betty.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and make checks on Betty Biddle.
Is it personality?
Sure, yes. That would
Yeah.
probably make the most sense.
Yeah, I got a 4.
I rolled a 2.
Come on, Kate. Come on, Headlock.
11?
All right. Betty Biddle seems like she's just Betty Biddle.
Betty
I'll throw
Biddle
in it.
better be a
Betty Biddle from
not
Boston?
be a bad hostess.
Anyway, she just gives that nice quick introduction. If you need anything, I can help you out. You can just come give us a light knock on the door. Please try not to wake my son. We can get you started out on the farmland in the morning. I would like. Do you have anything to say back?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
I have manners.
Very polite.
Are you all ready to turn in for the night with these kind farmers?
They seem very trustworthy.
Yes, they
we're
absolutely
setting a
do.
watch. Bullshit! I'm not buying this. I'm setting a watch.
All right, fine.
Bruce goes first.
Apparently, we're setting a watch.
All right, who's the second and third in the watch order?
I can go second.
All right, I'll be last.
Okay, wonderful. So I guess first in the watch order, give me your roll, Mr. Bruce.
I rolled an 11 on a 20. I don't know what you're looking for, but that's where I'm at.
Okay, fantastic. And then I would like a roll from Headlock.
Ooh, that's a 6.
Okay, and then Hack. Nothing happens during the first 2 shifts.
I got a 3.
You got a 3.
I
Okay,
did.
wonderful.
Terrible.
Yes.
Getting a new one.
Well,
This is
give me a intelligence roll, Hack.
I only have a -1 on this. Oh yeah, that's a 17.
Okay, fantastic.
Brain on Hack.
You hear this strange noise behind you in the middle of your watch, and as you turn, you see that behind one of the bookshelves in this room, a compartment opens up and the bookshelf is scraped aside. And out in the dim moonlight you can see from the window, there is a strange-looking round creature holding a candle and looking at you. And if your senses didn't betray you, you might be convinced for a moment that it is a humanoid rutabega creature.
I knew you were going to do that. That's not even fair. A living rutabega.
And it starts to shamble towards you, and 3 more pop in behind it out of the passage.
It's a rutagolem. It's a golem bega.
I say, come, my children.
All right.
Daddy's home.
So I'll say that's enough to wake up Bruise and Headlock. And the one in the head, the rutabaga creature, there's the one stubby rutabaga hand holding a candle. The other one sticks its arm out, and projectile rutabagas start to fly out of its arm stump at you.
They are wonderful creatures.
They are indeed. Is a 20 enough to hit you, Heck?
Hit me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, 20 will hit.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
okay.
I am rooted to the spot right now to see what happens.
Yeah, so you are going to take 9 points of damage as all of these rutabagas pelt you almost with the force of bullets and bounce off of you. Everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
Injured by the love of your life. That's rough.
That's how children are.
That's marriage. No, that's family.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. What do we got for initiative?
On our program.
Oh,
All
I
right.
got 28.
28. Okay. Headlock.
Bruce has a 15.
Bruce has a 15. Okay. And then Hack
Paxton in a 20.
at a 20. Okay. So, Headlock, you are up first. There are 4 rutabiddles who stand before you. One of them is a little bigger than the rest. The big one is the one that just blasted Hack with projectile rutabagas.
So you got the big rutabaga and you got the little rutabaga. They call them little biggle.
The little biggles. The big
Little
big biddle and the
little
little
rutabagas?
biddles. Yep. All right. Which one are you going for?
It's me, right?
Yeah. Headlock's up
Yeah,
first.
I'm gonna go for the one with the gun.
The
The rutabaga
With
gun.
the Ruta gun, the Ruta cannon.
Yep. Okay. So go ahead and let's get him.
Yeah, we got. Ooh, that's gonna be 21.
21 to hit. That will definitely do it. Did you have a deed on there?
I did. Deed was 9.
What are you going to do to this big rutabaga golem?
Well, I'm still waking up from my sleep, but I'm going to just grab it with my arm and smash him up into the ceiling.
Smash him into the ceiling. Okay, can we get some damage?
Yes, you can. That's 6.
Okay, 6 points. All right, so did a good chunk on him. But he's still looking pretty sturdy, so you bash into him. There's a lot of thick rutabaga shell here that absorbs a lot of the blow, but you do get the smash in on the ceiling and back onto the ground, so I'm going to say that dazed him pretty well. He's going to take an attack penalty on his next couple of attacks. Can you actually give me a D4?
2.
Okay, penalty to attack for 2 rounds. Do you have more than one attack, or is it just one? I think you have
2.
2.
I do
so
have
let's
2?
get another
Okay.
one in. Yep.
We all got 2 at this level.
Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be. Yeah, nothing to help me there.
Nope.
That's gonna be 7.
7. Okay, that's not going to get it done. So Hack, you're up next.
All right, so I don't have my. Well, I did have my axe because I was on watch. I drop it, and I try and grapple Headlock as I shout, "No! They are just rutabaga!" Because I've never seen a sentient rutabaga before, and this seems like it seems like a sign. It seems like this is they've come for me. So I'm gonna probably oppose strength.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it'll be. So Headlock, let's get a strength roll. Yeah, I think Hack's gonna have to start making some personality checks soon to see if he's keeping it together.
I only rolled a 5.
Okay, what does Headlock have?
If I rolled the right dice, it's got 15.
Woo! Okay,
Yeah, you probably rolled the right dice. You didn't roll like a D6 and get a 15, did you?
so
No, then you're probably good. It's probably 15.
Hack, I think the fact that one of them just hurled projectile, I know, hurled projectile rutabagas at you is gonna get it done. And then, so Hack is obviously not excited about trying to befriend the aggressive rutabaga monsters. Bruce, what do you have to make an attempt at?
So this guy has an ARB-15 automatic rutabaga rifle.
You guys are really transfixed on this rutabaga cannon.
I don't want to. Okay, so here's the deal. I know that it looks like Hack wants to talk and negotiate, and Headlock's already engaged. So I'm going to, but I don't want to get rutabagged. So I'm going to do a smash on the one just to disarm it, to get the rutabaga cannon hand off. Is it actually part of its flesh?
Oh yeah, it's just part of the construct.
Well, that's its problem. So still the hand's coming off, but I'm going to
let's get a roll.
Nicest way possible. So first attack, and what's our deed die? 12, guys, right?
I think it's just your level. No, isn't it like a
10?
Oh. Yeah.
The deed die's a 10?
Yeah.
All right, so it's a 27 without modification, so I'm in the mid-30s.
Okay, what's your deed die roll?
And the deed goes off at a 10 on a 10.
All right.
For severing the arm, as far as
what's the damage on that?
So the damage will be 10, and it will be, is that a, no, 18 is natural, so still not a critical. The damage is 25 points of damage plus the effect.
So what you actually did here is you smashed into that rutabaga cannon arm and caved it in right as it was about to try to blast more rutabagas out at Hack. The rutabagas got clogged and backfired, and this rutabaga construct exactly explodes into a pile of vegetable bits and soil all over the ground.
Let's make stew.
Hack just starts weeping. Weeping.
All right, so the other three constructs see this, and they start to make this weird noise as their seemingly leader falls.
This is what it sounds like when rutabagas cry.
Oh.
And we've never done this before, but they are up next in the initiative order, so I think we are going to call it there for tonight. And then maybe in the future are going to see what the rutabiddles are going to have in store for you when their turn is up on our next Honor Among Thieves stream.
It's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger, folks. Wait, we'll be rutaback next time.
Oh, what a good closer. Look at that. All right, but before we conclude for the night, as always, we have to do our roll the body checks to see who actually survived tonight. So really quickly, everybody, give me your D20 roll. Please get underneath your luck for our survivors.
Bruce is dead as dead gets. I rolled a 17.
Oh, did I die?
No, he was caught in the blast radius of the rutabaga explosion.
I'm still
Spin your pin like the
Totally dead.
like the Wheel of Fortune.
Totally dead right there.
Oh, no. Well, it seems like Hack survives to mourn his fallen rutabaga children. By the way, that was incredible. Best roleplay I've ever seen, you trying to greet the rutabaga creature.
Yeah, it seemed the right call.
It fits for him. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to yet another exciting and unpredictable episode of Honor Among Thieves. We always appreciate you coming and spending the evening with us. We'll be back again in 2 weeks, hopefully. In the meantime, Martin, do you want to kick off telling everybody where else they can find us?
Yes, you can follow us on Instagram. And in fact, I'm going to post the Chimera video there as soon as the show's over at Gaming Honors RPG on Instagram.
Yep, you can also find us on Facebook at Honor Your Game.
And you can
GamingHonors.com.
Yeah, subscribe to our newsletter.
Yeah.
And back the Kickstarter.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Look at the CEO bringing it home at the end.
A lot of Chimera goodness and painful puns in all Chimeras, great and small. We are just getting started on those puns on the Kickstarter. So please, check it out.
All right. Thank you as always, everybody.
Thanks,
We'll see
everyone.
you. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.